Giants. Fun. The Big Blue Therapy Crew.
And welcome back, everybody, to the Big Blue Therapy Crew podcast, your number one source of everything New York Giants and dumbassery. Daniel is here. My name is John, and together we are the Big Blue Therapy Crew, BBTC. That's us.
Okay. Yep,
That's us. That's us.
us.
Big Blue Therapy Crew. And welcome back to the NFL Draft Recap episode. Welcome back. If you are new here, this is the Big Blue Therapy Crew. As much as the name states, it sucks being a Giants fan sometimes. Not so much recently in the past week or so. But when September rolls around, I know I'm going to feel it. So we are here for your every consolence. We're here to cry together. We're here to scream at the TV together. And we are here to chant for the team, win, lose, or draw, because unfortunately it is our drug of choice. Daniel, how are you doing today?
I'm feeling rejuvenated. You know, I've been thinking a lot about this draft, and I'm getting excited about this episode to talk to you and the viewers.
Yeah, it's all about the viewers. That's it. That's it. You know, we're all about you. All about you guys.
True.
Yeah, so I mean, the NFL draft just happened. So we are recording this on this will be out Tuesday. So this is the Tuesday after the draft, and yeah, this is awesome. I feel like for the first time in a while, first time I can remember that I feel like every single pick that was picked I felt like as a fan I could see the purpose for the first time ever.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I think Joe Schoen did his stuff. Joe Schoen redeemed himself a little bit with this draft.
Yeah, and for a guy whose whole motif going into the whole thing was that he can't draft. If Joe Schoen's fatal flaw was that he can't draft. I mean, in the moment, right now, this is looking quite well, I'd say.
Looking good. It's looking good. We got some steals.
Yeah, and we're gonna go through pick by pick, but just like big picture kind of talking here. Joe Schoen is not. I think as much as he's been a laughingstock for the past few weeks, ever since months, like calendar year, I guess, since Hard Knocks, I kind of feel like for the first time in a while, the past 3 days, he's kind of flipped the narrative. Instead of the Giants being made fun of in the sports media world, they're now, oh my gosh, look at how great this guy did with the draft. And I do think the whole Saquon moment over this past offseason was blown up, and that made Joe Schoen look worse than I think he deserved, really.
I agree.
But this is probably the best light he's ever kind of been under.
Yes, I think past years, you know, he's had some steals with Drew Phillips and all these other guys. But this draft, we're going to talk about it, but the third round pick, I was like, wow, we got him in the third round. Or the fourth round pick, we were like, wow, we got him in the fourth round. I didn't know all these names could drop, and when they did drop, we actually hopped on the opportunity, and that's new to me.
Yeah. I feel like for the first time, and again, we will talk about them. We'll go one by one, but for the first time in every draft I think I've ever watched, which has been like the past 5 or 6, every single pick was, except for I think every single pick other than I think probably the 7th round, was somebody who I kind of said to myself, okay, let's have the Giants target this specific player, and turns out they were there, and that is one of the coolest things about what's happened. I think in the aftermath of all this, just thinking big picture stuff right now, there's 2 people who I feel jobs are on the line for specifically this season, and Joe Schoen aside, I think Brian Daboll, it has never been more on him to win, because this team is now, it's shaping up to be his team. It's not Gettleman's team anymore. This is really Joe Schoen and Brian Daboll's thing, especially with what Brian Daboll is apparently what he's doing behind the scenes with his influence and Jackson Dart and all those things. Like, he's got to win, and more specifically than just Dave's, Shane Bowen has got to show the fuck up, dude.
Yes, Shane Bowen has to show out with this defense.
The way that this defense is shaping out, on paper, it is looking elite. It is looking really good for the first time in ever since I can remember. I mean, Patrick Graham would be salivating, right?
Indeed.
Wink Martindale would be having a field day.
Wink. Oh, if we had a Wink.
Oh baby. If him and Dave's didn't argue over that slice of pizza, as they both say.
Unlucky.
Yeah, liars. But whatever. Yeah. But yeah, I think Shane Bowen, the narrative on him is that he's kind of a crappy defensive coordinator, and last year kind of sort of proved that. He's very lukewarm. He's very
Zony.
yeah, he's very run of the pack. It's time to kind of start getting creative. You're gonna have the Abdul Carters and the Javon Hollands, so you're gonna have to assign specific parts of the field. You're gonna have to create ways to get to the quarterback. Keep it creative, keep it fun. You can't just send 3 or 4 guys at the QB every time. Like, you have to get creative with this defense. Yeah. It's embarrassing if we're not destroying quarterbacks and they're spending the most of the time on their bottoms, then it's almost embarrassing based on the talent that we have on that side of the ball.
Absolutely. I think we'll get to the QB just fine. It's the secondary that we buffed up during free agency too. We got Javon Holland, like you said. We got Paul Adebo. We got, if Dre Banks ever decides to show up like he did when he had 20, he changed his number and he just fell off. But listen, he's going to be back. Drew Phillips. Someone's got to be a nickel there. It's going to be a good time, I think. The secondary is looking good.
Yeah, and Newbin's there in the safety position too. I mean,
Minnesota.
As much as this draft, I feel is shaping. At least, obviously, no one's played a snap yet. But as much as this draft has been successful, I think last year's draft class was no schlump. I mean, I really think that overall the draft class that we had last year was pretty well rounded. And obviously, they have to take further steps. Like, Drew Phillips has to have a better year for me to just say, like, okay, he's a lock. He's like the gem. Newman's got to get a ball in his hands because he never really did. But yeah, I mean, good things were happening. Like, so I think if last year's draft class can progress and this year's draft class can show up like last year's, if not better, I think we're all expecting better. Then Joe Shane, it really looks like to me that he's putting together a decent roster. So yeah. I guess we should just go pick by pick then, because we are reacting to the draft, to who was drafted, and shall we start at the top?
Might as well.
So first overall, Cam Ward to the Titans. Second overall, Jacksonville Jaguars shocked the world and traded just about everything they have for Travis Hunter, which bold prediction real fast. I think that will blow up in their face.
I agree.
It's going to, but it's fine.
Especially if they let him play both sides. But that's just me. I
mean, yeah, I agree. But the third overall pick to the New York Giants was Abdul freaking Carter. Abdul Carter out of Penn State, huge. Number 11. Not Micah Parsons, but Micah Parsons-esque, I guess.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah. I think everywhere I looked had this guy going, had this guy being the best in the class, other than Travis Hunter, right?
Right, but I'm so glad we didn't mess it up.
Yeah.
Because there was a chance where we could have traded out and messed it up, or we traded up and we messed it up. Because did you see that report that we tried to trade up for number 1?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Crazy. I would have hated it. I would have not liked that. I think we got the best player in the draft at number 3, and that's huge.
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to the trade up for Cam Ward. I mean, it would have been for Cam Ward, obviously.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm glad when it was all said and done, there were ways they could have messed this up. They could have traded back and gotten a haul. They could have taken a quarterback in number 3. That could have happened. Like, that was a realistic thing going into the night. But yeah, I mean, they stuck with it. They didn't overthink the pick, which is amazing, and they got probably what I considered going into it, and I think what a lot of people consider to be the best player in the draft in Abdul Carter.
No, I agree.
Yeah, Abdul Carter is disgusting, by the way. Abdul Carter is literally crazy, and my favorite thing about him, I'm gonna go over some stuff really fast. He's got like his speed and bend, like the way he bends around the corner and his speed at which he does it is elite. It is craziness. I think that he needs help in the run game. Obviously, that's kind of his one hit. But dude, right. he is almost generational in the way he does those two things. About the way he gets around the bend. He's light. He's a smaller edge. But I mean, at the same time, he can play multiple positions. And the best part about what I'm saying right now, dude, is that he has only played the edge position for 1 year. For 1 year, man. It's for 1 year.
Which is sick because if you can learn the edge position with Dexter Lawrence next to you and Kayvon Thibodeau and Charlton, who we just picked up, and the DT that we just drafted, like, that's huge.
Yeah, dude, he's gonna be the hope, dude, and the hope is that he is a golden jacket wearer. The
Yes.
hope is that Abdul Carter is a Hall of Famer. If you're taking him at number 3, you have a glimpse of that, and I think that's a real thing.
I think it's not even a reach to say that right now because he did look so good at Penn State in 1 year.
Yeah,
it's. I think that's so cool. I think it's going to be so cool to see play out too.
Mhm.
Like, think about it. Like, he's just going to get that much better. It's going to be cool. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, dude, he can't get worse. He can't get worse than like
Exactly.
he was dude. He was dominant at that level. My thing is this. I feel similarly to when we drafted Kayvon Thibodeau. And when Kayvon Thibodeau came out and he had a decent rookie year, no, it's not true. He had a really good rookie year. He had that Washington game, which he completely took over, where he had the strip sack and touchdown. Yep. And then his sophomore season was okay, and then ever since then he's kind of just like floated. You know, he hasn't had these stellar years. His numbers have been okay. They've been pretty okay. But I mean, impact wise, I don't think it's been anything super special.
Right.
The difference I feel between Carter and Kayvon, like just coming out, this is off feel, this is pure feel. It feels to me that Abdul Carter is much more about the football, where Kayvon was much more about the look.
Yes.
I
can see how you're saying that.
Yeah, I think Kayvon is really big on like the look of it and like, oh, I hope I look good or I hope I do good. I want to do good because I want to look good, or like I want to I think it's to him like it's cool like playing football, but I don't know if he's in love with the whole football thing. Whereas as Abdul Carter, dude, he seems like a baller. He seems like someone who is like just a lunatic and wants to like attack people.
Which is sick, which we need on the D-line right now because we were stacked last year, don't get us wrong. We had Aziz who left. We had all these other guys. But, like, Chapman who, like, showed up at an undrafted free agent who was good.
Chapman, yep.
But we have new loaded talent. Like, we acquired Brian Burns. We acquired whatever his name, Charlton. We drafted this guy. We drafted the DT. We're loaded. And we should get way more sacks. So many more turnovers.
Yeah, the way in which offensive are going to have to prepare for the Giants' defense is incredibly different now. It's incredibly different. Yes. The whole idea is okay. They've very much built this defense to this point, front to back.
Yes, and it's gonna be cool to see. Go ahead.
They built a front to back, but they've also invested in Paulson Adebo and Javon Holland. Like these, I think Javon Holland, well, by the way, might be like the most underrated signing of free agency. He's gonna be a baller. Anyways,
he's gonna get some picks.
Yeah, he's gonna be good. But I really do think that like the idea is okay. If you're gonna throw on us, throw the ball. Like, but we bet we'll get to you faster than you can let go of the ball. Like I think that's a real thing. And Carter should dramatically increase our sack rate. I think that's all it is. Yeah.
And this all depends again on Shane Bowen and how much of a guy he's gonna be. Yep. You're gonna man up, Shane?
Facts.
Please man up, Shane.
Facts.
Like go get the QB.
Yeah, dude.
Make them throw picks.
Dude, if Shane Bowen can't win with Abdul Carter and Dexter Lawrence and Kayvon Thibodeau and Paulson Adebo and as corner 1 and Deontay Banks, who's not a bad corner in corner 2, and Javon Holland in the back and Bobby Okereke in the middle and Micah McFadden sitting right there, and like
Bobby Okereke,
if Shane Bowen can't win with all those pieces, I think if there's no results after like 3 weeks, I think getting the hell out of here, man.
No, because there's so much potential.
He better show up, dude. He better get creative. And if someone's not there to keep him in check, I'm just scared that it's just all gonna fall apart. So I don't know. If there's one thing that I'm banking on this season, not like I don't even care about wins and losses, but I do. But dude, just freaking sack. Get some sacks.
Get some defensive
stops. Get some sacks. I'm ready to be in games, and I think this is a big step to being competitive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Abdul Carter,
Yeah, and there's another big step with our next draft pick.
Yeah, but really fast before Abdul Carter, dude. Did you hear? He tried to ask friggin' LT for his number.
Yeah,
What a
Jesus.
lunatic, dude.
Yeah,
That's the guy we got.
Abdul, come on, man.
No, but that's all. Like, that's how cool is that? Being like, dude, I want number 56 because I'm going to like impact the game as much as the best football player of all time.
I love the confidence,
I
my
do.
man.
I love it too.
But it's LT.
Yeah, back
Give
it up. Like
Yeah.
that'd be cool. I hope he wears like
11.
11 be cool. Who's 11? Is anyone
I
11? 19's gone.
19.
19's gone. That'd be
Yeah,
cool.
Simmons, right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Simmons just signed to with Green Bay today, which is unfortunate because I kind of liked him. I felt like his time in New York was,
because Shane Bowen doesn't know how to use them.
yeah,
God.
yeah, it sucked. I also felt like with Wink Martindale, he wasn't really utilized. He played like 2 snaps.
Yeah.
In the first 3 weeks. Yeah, whatever.
So annoying.
Whatever. But anyways, at number 25, the Giants traded back up into the first round from number 34 in the second round to number 25 in the first to get the white quarterback out of Ole Miss, Jackson Dart.
I'm so excited about this pick. Can I go on for a second?
Do your thing, my guy. Do it.
So I'm over at my buddy's place. We got 3 Giants fans and 4 Patriots fans. How does that end up in Massachusetts? I don't know.
Losers.
But 3 Giants fans. Everyone we saw we got traded back in. We started standing on chairs. Someone's shirt was off. Hands on head. Don't mess this up. When they said Jackson Dart, I have a video. Can't play it. Little too explicit. My God, did we go crazy. We were so ecstatic that we made the right pick. We didn't pick Shador, who fell to the 5th. That's going to be a whole discussion.
Yeah, we'll talk about that at the end. That's
We're
crazy.
gonna, we didn't mess it up. We didn't pick Dylan Gabriel or Tyler, who's 27. But it's a good pick. That was the best pick we could have done.
Yeah, dude. I said before, if you go back and watch our QB preview episode, I was not as high on Jackson Dart as I think you were. And I think since that episode and since picking him, I've kind of talked myself into getting behind it. No,
listen, he got his guy. That's my thing.
Yeah, dude.
So I think there's no way he gets fired. There's no way he gets fired this, even if it's a bad year. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Because you know what? I'll tell you what, dude. I'll tell you what. The worst possible thing in the world that could happen is that they win 2 games or 3 games or whatever, and Russell Wilson's a piece of crap, Jameis Winston sucks, and Brian Daboll's gone by week 8. Because you just invested. You invested a lot. Like, say what you want about the compensation of trading up, which I thought was pretty good. I was fine with the compensation.
Yeah, only a third?
Yeah, perfect.
2/3?
2/3, perfect. But say what you want. You just let your supposed quarterback guru, like the one of the best in the world that can get the most out of a quarterback, you just let him take the guy that he wanted. And if you're not going to let him see that through, if you're not going to let him get at least some time with him, then I think that there's something fundamentally wrong with your decision making. If John Mara's keeping him after last year and not going to extend him the opportunity to get Jackson Dart playing football in a system in which he created, I think that's a problem. I
think Mara is a problem too. That's besides the point.
Yeah.
But I think you're right because he is this guru of QBs who can do whatever he wants. Like, yo, come on, lock in.
Yeah, dude. I genuinely think like this whole past few days, I think that I've heard more comps to Josh Allen, like Jackson Dart to Josh Allen, than I've ever heard anyone of Josh Allen in my life. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't really see it. I don't really see it at all because Josh Allen can throw the long ball far more. But the whole idea and the theme that these analysts and things are going back to is that he is aggressive. Jackson Dart is aggressive, just like Josh Allen was coming out. So is that a bad thing that he's aggressive? No, I think the idea here is that, okay, Daboll will take his aggressiveness and not lose it, but rein it in and put him in a system where he could thrive.
Right. And what did Daniel Jones not have?
He didn't. He wasn't aggressive. Yeah, facts.
At all.
1,000%.
He hasn't thrown the ball down the field in years.
Facts. Yep.
And he's not. You couldn't put that face on a football. You know what I'm saying? Jackson Dart, he's got some swag to him.
He does have some swag.
He's got some hair to him.
He's got some
you
hair.
know what I'm saying? Like, I'm excited to be a Giants fan because of Jackson Dart.
I was thinking about buying Jackson, white skin dart is what
Yes.
Woke Thibodeau is calling him. At Woke Thibodeau on Instagram.
Please come on the pod.
Please come on the pod. Should we DM? We're gonna DM. Fuck
We're
it.
gonna
Come over
DM.
it. Come over it. But yeah, I 100% agree. I think that Jackson Dart, given the chance, with Brian Daboll, I think that I don't know if he'll succeed, but I think that you will find out far more about Daboll than we know now about him being able to be a coach in this league. And
Yes.
I don't know if that's a good thing, but I just think that you have to let him see it through. And I believe in Daboll. I really do.
I do.
I really
to
do.
a certain
I
extent.
really do.
Yeah.
I really think he's a good coach. A good head coach. I don't know, but dude, what he did in 2022 was miraculous. So I'm kind of with that. But anyways,
And we were aggressive. That keyword. What of the day?
Yeah.
Aggressive.
and I'll be honest. Talk about aggressive, because that is becoming the identity of the New York Football Giants right now.
Look at us.
Malik Neighbors
Look at
is
us, bro.
aggressive as Malik Neighbors, dude, is confident. He's swaggy. He's coming out. He's like, yeah, I'm going to be the best receiver in this class. Last year on draft night, being aggressive as shit when he goes to play, like talking trash, like he's sick. Fucking Abdul Carter, dude. He's like he's an aggressive human being.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, I want 56. Like FULT.
Our 4th round running back that we just picked, Cam Scatterboo.
We'll get there. That guy,
Boom!
gem of the draft, gem of the freaking draft. I cannot overstate it. But anyways, cool. Jackson Dart, we're gonna give. I'm excited. I'm excited for the first time in a long time, because you know what, dude? You know what? The Giants potentially have a franchise quarterback. Potentially. Like when they picked Daniel Jones, I wasn't really into it. But you pick yourself up and you make believe that this is the right thing because they did it, and you root for the Giants, and you're like, you know what? I hope he's good, even though I don't think he'll be good. And it turns out the whole thing sucked. The whole thing was terrible. I'm glad we're through it. We potentially have another guy, and I'm so excited because no matter what happens, like the first time he sees the field, the first time he throws in training camp, all these things are going to be like his first preseason game. This is going to be fucking cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. We gotta hit a preseason game.
We're gonna go. The content we'll get from preseason games is gonna be unreal.
Yeah.
Tailgates, come on, we got it.
Keep on following Big Blue Therapy Crew.
Stay woke out there. Anyways,
this is my favorite pick of the draft right here.
All right, so round 2, pick number 65. They ended up
round 3. Bump.
Oh, sorry, round 3. Apologies. Pick number 65. The Giants drafted Darius Alexander out of Toledo. Defensive tackle. This guy,
huge.
Guys, it was a good grab, a great grab. I was shocked that he was there. I'm not gonna lie.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and we got him.
I think he was.
That never happened.
I know. He was one of my favorite tackles going into this whole process. Again, would have taken him at 34. That was the whole thing.
Exactly.
And maybe that was because. Maybe it was because it was a position of need. Maybe that's the case because, we needed defensive tackle. We needed it. We had
Chapman. An undrafted free agent.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and like Nacho, who's Raheem.
Good nickname.
Roches. Yeah. But who's gone. But I mean, we needed a guy who could step in next to Dexter Lawrence and be a force and be able to play the run.
Yes.
And
a run stopper.
I think we got one.
Darius, we did.
So Darius Alexander, he's gonna be a rotational player. He will, just to jump in. Like when he first sees snaps, he's not gonna be a starter. He's not gonna be out there every snap with Dex.
Because we have so much depth. Any other team we would be playing.
I mean, we don't really have that much depth at tackle, honestly.
We have Charlton. We could put Thibodeau. Really, we can rush. We might rush 3. I don't know.
But yeah, I don't understand. I don't know. But anyways, he's not. I expect him to be impactful his rookie season. I expect him to play a role. I expect him to have like a role. When you're gonna go out there and if you're gonna be put on the line next to Dexter Lawrence, I expect you to kind of be able to hold your own weight. Specifically in these run situations. I think that he will do well in those. So, I mean, honestly, honest to God, hear me out. If there's 4 up front and one of them is Kayvon and one of them is Abdul and then Dex and Darius Alexander, dude, that's disgusting. That's disgusting.
That's crazy.
Yeah, not a lot of people are going to run through that. This is really good.
With Micah McFadden. Oh, dude. Yeah. I'm loving it.
I'm in. And I'll keep going about this whole defense, dude. This defense is not the issue. Defense will not be the issue.
It's going to be DC, and how QB play is going to affect our wide receivers and running backs, and how much
Facts.
pressure they get on the running backs and wide receivers.
Because you know what? We're on a little tangent, but that's fine. Dayball's whole thing last year, his whole freaking thing was my offense, and then all of a sudden the quarterback play drops like dramatically, and he's blaming it on the QBs. And then Drew Lock has like the best game of his freaking life, and then he goes, you know what? This is what happens when you get good quarterback play. Okay, Dabes. Then why don't you replace? Yeah, throw the ball. Throw the ball. Why did you not replace a single starter on offense? Honestly, if he's gonna sit there and be like, you know what, the offense is not the issue, freaking fine. But all of them are back. All of them are back. You didn't upgrade a single position other than the people like the depth you added. So this is my thing, dude. If Brian Daboll is not full of shit, if he's not full of shit, this will be a good team.
Yes,
this
could be a sneaky little wild card.
This will be a good team. The over/under, I bet. I just put $25 on it today because I was like, fuck it. The over/under on the Giants win total this year on FanDuel today, 5.5.
Wow, over.
Smash the over. Smash it, dude. Smash that thing. And you know what? I threw a little sneaky little $3 on freaking a playoff team. You want to know why? Because the odds were outrageous. You bet $10. I think it was like you win 200. I was like, holy shit! Like, come on, the Giants, being a playoff team, that's fine. They had the worst odds in the entire league. I'm just pissed. I'm a little pissed right now because you know what? I'm so sick of the Giants slander. I'm so sick of it. Every time I turn on the goddamn TV, it's some crap about how the Giants fucking suck. I hate it. Like, and you know what?
Hey, Adams, get out of here.
I got something to say. The one guy who would defend us, Peter Strager, left GMFB.
He left. No, you're right.
Fuck off, dude. You want to know why? Because he was our only saving grace. Kyle Brandt's going to talk so much shit. He's talking shit.
No, you agree.
And
I agree.
Like pumping up the Bills. Dude, God forbid. Oh, the Bills are good. Yeah, no shit, they're a good team. No crap, Kyle. But Peter Strager's over here defending us. Dude, I'm so worked up.
Never. Not anymore.
GMFB, I'm not even turning that thing on anymore. JB Earn Hall, I respect you, but you are not K. You are not K Adams. Just saying.
K Adams is better.
Damn, dude.
K, hit me up.
Please, God. Oh, my God.
Yeah. Lord help me. Yeah. There's Alexander. Great pick.
Cam Scattaboo. Here we are. All right. Arizona State. Cam Scattaboo. This was their first offensive draft pick. Offensive draft pick.
No. We had Jackson Dart, but that's...
Oh, yeah. True. Sorry.
Like skill position, I guess.
Yeah, I guess you're right. First, immediate impact.
Yes.
Well, you know what I'm saying. So, like, their first offensive draft pick that will have an impact day one. Cam Scattaboo is a tough freaking dude, man.
Yeah, he is. He's a big boy.
Yeah.
He's actually very small, but he's a good guy.
I looked it up. I don't know exactly if Google was lying to me, but it said he was like 5'11".
Wow.
I don't know if that's 100% correct. I'm going to look it up.
I don't know.
Talk a little bit about Scattaboo. Yeah, go ahead.
So, Scattaboo, he's going to be the running back too, like kind of immediately. We got this gem out of Tracy. We have this guy, Turbo Miller, who's all right, and Devin Singletary, who he didn't really play that much. But Cam Scattaboo out of ASU, very physical, big guy who will run it down your throat, and I like that a lot. I think it's going to be really detrimental when you see him in the backfield, because you know where it's going to go. It might go down the middle, but he has the speed to go to that edge, which I think is really cool. And Tyrone Tracy brings a whole other dimension about it. The defenses are going to have to plan for running backs, and I think that's cool. I have a fact out there if you want to know.
Hit me with the fact.
It's not even Cam Scattaboo, but it's about Saquon, really. Okay. Like, the last time we had, like, a running back who was, like, I'm this hyped up about was Saquon. And, like, my fact is Ashton Genty is the second most paid running back right now in the NFL behind Saquon Barkley.
The highest paid?
Second highest.
I don't know if that's...
Saquon's number one. Swear to God. Swear to God. Look it up. Because Ashton Genty got drafted so high. It's crazy. That's why we didn't pay Saquon. I'm so glad we finally figured out this running back position, because I'm sick of Orleans Darkwa. I'm sick of Wayne the Train. They're fun. They're really good size. But listen, we got running backs. We got Tyrone Tracy, who was a gem. Cam Scattaboo will be an immediate player who can actually run the ball down the middle. It's going to be so fun to watch. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun football with running and long plays and throwing it long.
So hold on. So I'm looking at it right now. So Ashton Genty's rookie contract is a 4-year. It is a 4-year, $35.8 million year. So 4-year, $35.8 million year. So,
I saw a
crap! You're
TikTok.
so right about that. Actually, oh my
Yeah,
god. Oh,
which is crazy.
hold on. I think guaranteed money wise.
Yeah,
Hold
it's
on.
18.1.
Wow.
Which is crazy. That's why we didn't pay Saquon. Like, I'm just
Wow.
going on a tangent here.
No,
But
I
like,
understand. Yeah, but
I
that's
hate
amazing.
how
Okay.
people do that.
Well, the whole thing with the running back market, was I understand the Joe Shane thought process behind it because
Yeah,
it was okay. You come into this team and you're like they have a quarterback and they have a running back, and not to be a dick, but a good running back is really good to have, but a good quarterback is better to have.
exactly,
So
exactly.
he kind of saw, okay, Daniel Jones played good, so he invested in that. Didn't invest in Saquon, pissed Saquon off, and then. Yeah,
He
I
went
don't
to
know.
sign
I
with the
wish.
rivals and won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I wish it didn't work, but now he's golfing with Trump, and it's all
Okay.
it's all
Okay.
it's all good in the neighborhood. Yeah, did you see that Trump clip today?
Yeah.
He was like I met with Brian Daboll, the coach.
Yeah, it's some stupid.
He's like, I told him not to bet. I told him not to do it. I told him to keep Saquon Barkley.
He's a great guy though. Like Brian, have a great Saquon and Brian and Trump. I guess if you
I don't
think
know.
about it like that. Hey,
We are
you
in the middle of the
decide.
road. Yeah, you decide for you.
Go on the Instagram on bio. Okay.
Stay woke
And that,
out there, kids. Yeah.
yeah. So how do you feel about Cam?
I like Cam Scadabo. Again, I think toughness and aggressiveness is something that
Bang.
that just screams Cam Scadabo. I think I don't know if you remember when they were hired, but they've said a little bit during this draft. The smart, tough, dependable.
Yes.
Those 3 words.
Yes.
I think that is Cam Scadabo to a T. I think that's exactly who he is, and I was shocked. Again, I was shocked that he was there. I did look it up. He is 5'11". My thing was, I think that his frame is just really small. He has a small frame. Like his
He
shoulders
runs through people
he
though.
runs.
Like, I
Yeah,
love
so
that.
maybe it's, I don't know. I'd have to see him like standing up again. But when
We'll see him at the preseason game.
yeah, when I was like watching, he was on the radar because of obviously like ASU's little run that they had. So
Right.
and he was disgusting. I remember in that game that went to like triple overtime against.
I know what game you're talking about.
I forget. But I remember him scoring one of the touchdowns, and he was like hyped up and like ripping off his like chest hair, and I was like, "Whoa, this guy's crazy."
And then he went to the bar afterwards.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's the player I want on my team, baby.
I want an alcoholic. I do. You know
Yeah,
who else
no.
is an alcoholic? Jesus. Drank a lot of wine.
You're right.
Drank
You're
a
right.
lot of wine, my guy. So
He did.
I'm a Catholic school teacher now. I teach music
Shout him out.
in a Catholic school. Bishopton, BDMS, MPB. I hold.
But Cam Scadabo, good guy. I like this pick. I'm so happy. Both of these guys, Darius Alexander and Cam Scadabo, fell to us. Like he could have fell to other teams, but they fell to us. We actually took the opportunity to take them. We didn't hesitate. We didn't like, oh my God, they actually came.
Yeah.
We didn't do that. We didn't suck.
Yeah.
I'm so happy.
Yeah. So again, really, really hyped. I'm equally as hyped about Scadabo as I think anyone else in this draft. Obviously, I think Carter's gonna be like a generational player. Hopefully, that is like the goal. But dude, Scadabo is cool. He makes watching Giants fun again. And to put him in the backfield with Tyrone Tracy, who does completely different things. They do such different things.
Exactly.
It's like cool. It's fun. Like think of Ahmad Bradshaw and Brandon Jacobs.
Or if you want a modern day, little Sonic and Knuckles with Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, honestly, like that's not bad because you have the downhill power runner, and then you have the shifty little like run through tackles if I can, but I'm gonna break a long one every now and then.
Tyrone Tracy, baby.
Yeah, so this is cool. This is cool. I'm happy about it.
And he can catch. That's my thing.
Yeah,
he can catch.
Yeah, he has good hands.
I'm so happy. I'm excited.
He probably had the best hands of any of the running backs in the class, I think.
Yeah, Ashton Genty, he dropped a few, but it's also Ashton Genty.
Yeah, no, obviously, I think Genty's a better running back, but
yes, but it happens.
Whatever.
He fell to us. It's awesome.
Yeah. Anyways, so that was our 4th round pick. We had a 5th round pick as well, and we grabbed Marcus Bowe from Purdue. Marcus Bowe, guard from Purdue. This guy,
huge.
This guy,
big boy.
Again, another guy who I'm like, okay, if he's there in the 3rd round, take him. If he's there in the 3rd round, take him. If he's there in the
Yeah.
third round, you take the guard. You take the guard because he's a good player.
Yeah.
Again. I've seen a lot of back and forth in this, but one of probably the best, probably if not the best, the second best rated guard in class, and you got him in the 5th round.
Yeah.
You got him in the
No,
5th
not
round.
that high,
No,
but
it
it
is.
was.
It is.
He was pretty
Honestly,
high. Like,
dude,
no, you
I
got
was going
Barkley
to
at
this.
the
I was
time.
going to this whole draft saying, okay, if Marcus Bo is there, you take him. You take him in the 3rd round.
Yeah, you take him in the third, which is huge.
Yeah, and you got him in the 5th. Like, talk about value.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And again, we didn't hesitate. Joe Shane didn't mess it
Yeah.
up. I like it.
There's a couple clips. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't watched too much film on this guy. He's probably the one to this point where I've watched the least. But there were a couple clips that I watched where he was literally like blindsiding people. Like, you remember?
Just pushing
him. Like, the play would be like 30 feet behind him when
I love it.
he'd be in like the freaking
Still pancaking.
Yeah, he was good.
Yeah,
So,
baby.
dude, I think again, I think he's raw. I don't think his footwork is that fantastic. But and also another thing about Bo, he can play tackle too. He has played tackle. He's told teams that he'd be willing to go to center if they need him to. So again, like a versatile offensive lineman, if he plays the guard, that is awesome. Literally, what I think you do, I think you say, okay, you got Greg Van Roten, you got Evan Neal, and you got Marcus Bo. There's 2 guard positions. There's 2 guard positions.
Right.
Like, can't battle.
Do that, and then I hate to say it because I've lived and grown up with these guys, but I'm done. I'm done watching Matt Pert come in the game.
Yeah, he sucks.
I'm done watching Josh Azudu out of North Carolina come in the game. Like, I'm over it. I'm over I'm over it.
Yeah.
This guy could actually be something because we thought he was going early day 3, late day 2.
Yeah.
We got him in the latest day 3 we could.
Yeah, well, the whole thing with him, dude, I don't know if you noticed about him, but he had his draft party like at home.
Yeah.
On Friday night in day 2, and then like he wasn't picked, and that's like sucky.
That's crazy.
Which is awful. Like, you don't want
No, right.
for the guy, but he thought from everything that he heard from teams too, like, okay, I'm gonna go round 2 or 3, and
Right.
then he went round 5. Dude,
crazy.
Come on, like,
and that's good aggressiveness.
It's one of
the word
those,
of the day.
Do you remember when they picked? It was their first draft, Shane and Daywalt, when they picked John Michael Schmitz, and in that clip, the clip where they picked center John Michael Schmitz,
Oh yes.
and in that same clip they were like, they were between John Michael Schmitz or Jalen Hyatt. And
Yeah.
they're like, oh, I hope Jalen
then
Hyatt's still there, and then like a round went by, and they're like,
then we
wait,
picked
what the hell? Like, why is he still here? And then they traded him and got him.
Yeah.
Mistake, maybe, we'll see. But similar vibe where I'm like, okay, like Marcus Bo, like, oh, cool, like I'm glad he's there, type of thing.
Right.
That's a good thing. Yeah. So cool thing. People have been saying, I've seen a couple Giants fans say this. David Deal, a little like David Deal, the Super Bowl winning, song.
And I like that. That's fine.
Yeah, I like that too. So hopefully that's exactly what we get from him. I
agree.
Consistency on that offensive line. That's the one position that I walk away from this draft saying, you know what, I wish we did a little more. Would be offensive line, specifically the interior.
I agree.
Maybe tackle, but
we didn't miss. You know.
Yeah.
Like, if you missed on one, then I would have been pissed.
And I'll tell you what. I think the thing with that happened. The thing that happened was you traded it back into the first round. You gave up 2 picks to get 1. You sacrificed your offensive line to potentially get your franchise quarterback, and I'm okay with that.
Which is so free.
I'm okay with that.
So free.
I'm okay with that. Yeah, I think that's fine. That's fine.
I agree.
Yeah. All right. Gonna run through these last 2 picks just kind of, quickly. I mean,
I got a fun fact about 219 over here.
Tell me.
So Thomas Fedone the second. I mean,
Fedone.
Okay, so Thomas Fedone, 7th round tight end. He had a good senior game. I watched the senior week and senior game.
Yeah,
he was stellar. I saw him and I was like, whoa, this guy is like some versatility. I looked into him and guy was like, oh, he might not even get drafted. I'm like, whoa, okay. But then he had a great week, proved himself a little bit, got up, right? So out of high school in 2021, he was number 1 ranked.
Above, I know who you're going to say.
Above Brock Bowers.
Yep.
This is impressive stuff.
Yeah.
This is new to me. This is cool. He's got cool versatility. He's tall. He's big.
Yeah.
It's cool. But then He went to Nebraska and tore his ACL twice.
Yeah. So that was gonna be my point that I was gonna make. But yeah.
Yeah, it's detrimental to anyone's career, but it's also Nebraska, and tight ends aren't really used in Nebraska, and Matt Rule's Nebraska. So the last 2 years he's had okay stats, kind of went under the radar, right?
Sure.
But senior week, we come back to it. The offensive quality control coach for the New York Football Giants. You know who it is? No, Angela Baker.
Well, the woman.
Great woman.
Oh,
Yes, the woman.
We love women. We
Yes, we
love women at the
we do.
Big Blue
Both of
Therapy
us are
Group.
single, so please hit us up. She was chosen to be the tight end coach for the American side.
Oh, is that right? I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, huge for the American team. So he was on the American team. Angela Baker on the Giants. Little connection there. I'm sure Angela had some good words about him. She was stuck in a locker room with the guy half the time, probably. So I'm sure it's gonna be a good pick. I trust Angela. I trust this guy because his stats are crazy. He's tall. He's a big boy. Like if you just look him up, you know he's big.
He's big. I mean, yeah, I'm looking at it right now. So he's 6'5", 243. Big boy. So my thing with this, this is the first time when it comes to injuries in a draft. When it comes to injuries in the draft, a lot of it I think is overblown. Like there's all this injury concern. I think this guy might have like legitimate injury concern. If you
because of the two ACLs.
Yeah, if you tear it like an ACL twice, that's not good. So,
but my thing is modern day medicine. There's got to be something for like.
Yeah, that's
you know
cool.
what I'm saying.
I mean,
especially in the NFL,
sure.
like collegiate, sure, but NFL, it's New York Football Giants. We get the best of the best.
Daniel Jones tore his ACL. Just saying.
Well, he stinks.
I know.
That's
I'm not saying.
Zynga!
Yeah, I'm not saying that.
Doesn't.
I'm saying that like I'm just saying that same injury. But now it happened twice. So that, I don't know. I think that there's a real thing there. I do think he's athletic, and I think again, tight end. The third tight end position was a position of need. Maybe like potentially maybe he plays more in special teams than he does, finds the field in offense, whatever it is. I mean, it's a load because if you're thinking about it like this, Daniel Bellinger is the blocking tight end. He is at the moment. Theo Johnson is, the like the athletic, gonna go out and run.
Maybe catch him once in a while.
Fodoni can do both, so that's something cool. And I think again, I don't think he doesn't need to contribute right away. I think it's one of those things like if he works up, that's cool. If he doesn't, cool. Like I'm fine with it. It's a good depth piece.
I agree.
Yeah, good depth pick.
Give me hot take.
Kimmy.
My boy Thomas Fadone II, tight end out of Nebraska, will be the starting tight end for the New York Football Giants in 3 years. I guarantee.
I'll give you this hot take. Ready? I'll give you this hot take.
Hit me.
I think he gets more. I think he gets the second most yards receiving as a tight end.
Wow.
Yeah.
On the Giants.
Yeah. Poor Daniel Bellinger, because I feel like in the past few years he's kind of fallen off a little bit. Not.
He was a great guy.
He was, and then like I don't know if you remember his eye got like almost poked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was disgusting. It was like blood like streaming out of his eyeball.
Take it easy.
But yeah,
I just want to say one thing. Shout out Caden Smith. The OGs know you.
Rip,
J.
Caden Smith, dude. Caden Smith. He was like, that guy sucked in Madden. That guy was like fucking 59 in Madden.
It was so bad, shit. But he was so good in NFL.
He was him, dude. He wasn't really actually that good.
But he got open. He scored some.
Yeah.
He caught the ball on like number 12, Darren Walker, who's currently rapping.
Yeah, he's a rapper. He's a rapper who cheats on his wife. Yeah, he's a rapper. He's like, I love God and I love women too much because I cheat on my wife. Yeah. Funny guy.
Hey, happens.
You ever see his? I forget what the hell his Instagram name is.
Kelsey Plum.
Yeah, I know her name. I forget his.
Oh, cheated?
No, yeah, he cheated. You know that?
Yeah, no. Who he cheated on?
No, I'm saying I forget his Instagram name. I think it's like Blockgate. Is it like? It's because
Rockwall.
He's Rockwall. Yeah, it's Rockwall. Yeah, because that's his DJ. Isn't that his like rapper name or whatever? Yeah, that's dumb. That's dumb as whatever.
And then pick number 246. Rockwall, I know him a little bit.
Yeah, go ahead.
Corey Black. Yeah. He's cool. I kind of wanted Kobe Bryant. I don't know if you know who that is.
I do know
from
that.
Kansas. Yep. But it's not even a reach. Corey Black also fell in the draft. I just don't know why Kobe Bryant fell. But Corey Black, Oklahoma State, they probably saw something in him. He won't probably be the biggest player for the Giants, but he's cool.
Yeah.
He's physical.
All these like 5th, 6th, 7th round picks, all these day 3 picks, it's cool, like good to have them. If they make the roster in like their second year, that's a success. You take that from
Yes.
7th round pick. So
Yeah,
Corey Black,
shove him on practice squad, play him.
yeah, I think his whole thing is that like I read something that allegedly his personality attracted the Giants. I mean, I don't know how real that is. I don't know, whatever. He's more of a zone corner than a press, which also fits the system of Bowen. I don't know if that had anything to do with it. But yeah, Kobe Bryant, he posted on a story. He was like, did you see what he said? He was like, there ain't 26 cornerbacks better than me. He's like talking shit. I was like, all right, dude, Kobe.
Yeah,
Bryant.
it's like a whole separate situation with Kobe.
But he's a Falcon now, I think. But anyways,
yeah,
Corey Black, welcome to the Giants. Hope you make the team.
I got a good feeling about you, Corey.
Yeah, play some special team snaps and get on there.
I like how he spells his name, by the way, with an IE. I respect that.
Corey. It's like a cute way to do it. IE.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
So overall, what do you think the draft is? I've seen a lot. NBC's giving us our kudos, and then CBS is always hating.
Yeah, First of all, before we get into this, the CBS Giants account, fuck you.
You suck.
Fuck you. You're the worst. You're the worst. You don't give us anything. You can go through that feed anytime ever. It's either clips of before like I was born, or it's about how the Giants messed something up. Like whoever runs that, if you have any connection to CBS Giants and you're listening to this, please, like I just want to have a conversation. Like what's the deal? Why do you hate the Giants so much?
Appreciate it.
That's what I'm saying. Dude. Anyways, I think that it's tough. It's tough because I feel like every year like there's going to be like draft like grades and all this crap. I know like collectively I think that the media is saying that the Giants did well, which is a weird thing to hear for the first time in a while.
Crazy.
Yeah, it feels a lot. They also said that about Kayvon and Evan Neal in the first round. They're like, oh, they got the 2 best players. Like, bullshit. So I don't know. I do think Abdul Carter is probably the best defensive draft pick I've probably ever seen in my life. Hopefully.
Yes, and it's cool to see.
Yeah, I think that hopefully that he contributes like it, and I'm not just like talking.
And he's got a fresh fade, man. He really does.
I'll be honest, like it's one of those things where I really feel like the Giants now have good players in position.
Yes.
Whereas that was not the case a couple years ago. Now you look at Dexter Lawrence, best in the league defensive tackle.
Pro Bowler.
Pro Bowler. Malik Neighbors.
Abdul Carter.
Malik, dude. Abdul Carter potentially, hopefully, is going to be a really good edge. I mean, it's one of those things where
Josh Wilson, if he throws the ball decently.
Russell,
because we have the target. We have the Giants could be good. Before I get all riled up, the Giants could be very good.
They've upgraded, dude. They've upgraded everywhere. Yeah. Everywhere. I will say this because go ahead.
And of course, the offense and all that. Always a struggle with the offense, but we have. If it's not working, switch QBs. If it's not working, get rid of Hyatt. If it's not working, like we can struggle now, so we can succeed in a year and
facts,
two.
Dude, facts. And you know what? The good thing that's about this upcoming draft too is like, all right, we're not. My favorite thing that we didn't do this draft was sacrifice next year's first to get back in the first round.
Yes, that was huge.
That was humongous because you know what? Who knows? I mean, hopefully, I'm thinking we're gonna at least be like a 7-10 team. But even if we're not, then you know what? We can get better, and we'll still have Malik, and we'll still have Abdul Carter, and we'll still have a Jackson Dart we're gonna turn to, and we'll still have. All these things are like finally, there's some kind of semblance of a path. There's some kind of vision, which is really nice. So, yeah, I think it's kind of where I'm at overall.
Yeah, I agree. Can we just talk about Shador for a second, like a little minute,
dude?
I just think it's ridiculous, and I love it. Don't get me wrong, I am a lover because I never was a Shador guy. But if we picked him when we traded back in, I would have done very, very bad things to John Mara, Joe Shane, and Brian Daboll.
Dude, I there's some the takes that are like coming out about like how like the Giants are racist and shit. Like it's funny. I mean, like it's
I mean, it happens,
no,
but
I don't think it's like that though. I really don't. But
no, I think Shador is an asshole in every NFL
yeah,
franchise.
but
Did you see the report where owners were like, "Yo, he had a terrible
take him
meeting.
off the
This
board.
guy is such an
Yeah.
yeah, take him off the draft board. Do not even think about him."
Well, just think about
That is
yeah,
crazy.
think about the Browns real fast. Just think about the Browns because they took Dylan Gabriel in like the 4th round
Oh,
or 3rd or whatever, and then they took Shador. So my thing is this: so like they must
and Joe Flacco and Kenny
yeah,
Pickett.
that QB room.
Like,
You think the Giants
what is
QB room
this?
is going to be wacky? Look at the freaking Browns,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah. So Flacco will start. They like all 5 quarterbacks will not be there come week 1. So Flacco will start. Joe Flacco will start.
Who do they drop though? They don't drop Kenny. They had they just traded for
Yeah,
him.
maybe. I mean, this is tough. I just think that it's
They screwed themselves. They
yeah,
really did.
the
They
position
tried
that
to market it.
what the position they took on that was probably just like let's get everyone in here, see how we feel at training camp, and then make the cuts we need. I just don't know, dude. Dylan,
But then someone's just getting picked up.
does
Dylan Gabriel's okay.
yeah, I mean, but is he better than Shador? I don't know, but I think he's less of a problem than Shador. The Shador thing.
What do you want? Media coverage or a football
I
player?
feel like if
That's
you're the
thing.
Titans, if you're the Titans, or like if you're the Jags, or if you're the what's another crappy team? Like I don't know.
Giants.
Or I'm like the Titans are like the worst team. The Titans suck.
Yeah.
Like media wise.
Or the Saints. Saints
or the
is
Cardinals.
Tyler,
Like the Cardinals or
Kyler Murray's great.
yeah, but I'm saying like
Or like a bad franchise.
like just the franchise that like is like
I
no
got
one
a good one
talks
for you.
about. Yeah.
I lost it. Panthers.
Yeah, the Panthers. But I mean like they're
They
famous.
need a backup.
I'm talking about like middle of the pack teams all the time. I think that are just
Redskins.
bad. Yeah, but
Oh, sorry guys.
whoa,
That's on me.
I don't know.
That's on me.
I'm just saying if someone like the Cardinals picked up Shador, then it'd be like, oh, like Cardinals.
Media coverage.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, oh, people talk about the Cardinals. Like, no one talks about the Falcons. No one talks about the Falcons or the Cardinals
All right,
or
good
the.
shout. Good shout.
You know what I mean? Like, or like the Jags. People talk about the Jags, but about them being terrible. Like, it's all these middle of the pack teams.
Yeah, just that was a crazy, absurd draft in general. That slide was like Bo Callahan on the draft day. It's like ridiculous
Yeah.
to me. It really was.
It was odd. It was weird.
yeah.
I remember sitting. I was with some friends, and I'm sitting there, and like on one night too, and I had the draft on my phone, but it kept lagging out, and I saw them pick. I saw the top of the
Tyler.
yeah, I saw the top. Yeah, well, I mean, I saw the top of the 2nd round, and then I kind of just turned it off, thinking like, all right, like we'll see. Fully expecting Shador to go like to the Browns right off the bat, and then he didn't.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
They picked some bum. Dude.
Yeah,
not bum. Don't get me wrong. This kid will be more successful than me than I will ever see. He has more money than me.
Already.
I will admit it. Yes, and ever. But like Shador Sanders was there, and then they didn't pick him, but they picked him in the 5th. Dylan Gabriel in the 4th. Tyler went to the Saints when the Saints traded back in. Dude, I thought I was with my boy Julio.
Yeah, I thought it was him too.
And Julio were like, all right, Shador,
Yeah.
gonna look good in that gold. Nope.
Yep.
Tyler.
Yeah, that was wacky.
27.
The fact you're going to take like an old man. You know what I just learned today? Brandon Weeden, when he was picked in like 2012.
Yeah.
He was 29. Yeah, I didn't know that. He's old.
Yeah.
He's old.
Did you know that Jawan Johnson, the tight end, was played with Tyler in college? He got drafted 5 years ago.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's wacky. I don't know. All right. Anyways, I think that's an episode, my guy.
No, that's a
I
good
feel
episode, man.
No one else is going to know this just by listening, but this is going to be the first one that I'm not going to have to edit up because we did well. 53-ish minutes that we kind of went on a heater there, so I respect it. If you're still listening, thank you so much. This is the Big Blue Therapy Crew, hopefully posting every week on Tuesdays. Next week is going to be something different, something a little more fun, not so much a draft anymore, but we're starting to get creative. So stick with us. Hopefully it's going to get a little more frat boy-like, a little more, barstooly, a little more, like off the cuff. You won't find this anywhere else type.
Yeah, type.
Dude.
And one last thing. Go Lasers. Big lacrosse game tomorrow. Go Lasers.
Go Lasers. Go Lasers. LaSalle Lasers. LaSalle University. It's tiny.
All right.
Anyways. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks everyone. You ready? Stay woke.
Stay woke
out there.
Ah, that was good.
Did we line it up? On my end, we did.
Yeah, I think so.
On my end, it was lined.
There we
All right,
go.
we'll take it. Everyone, thank you so much for listening. We'll be back on Tuesday with the Big Blue Therapy Crew. Stay woke. Tee-hee. Tee-hee.
Okay.
ASMR.
All right. Yeah, I'm ending.
Okay.